More than 400 Jamaicans and other Caribbean nationals packed the DeKalb Conference Center inside the Georgia Piedmont Technical College in Clarkston recently for the 20th anniversary staging of the Georgia Caribbean American Heritage Coalition, the GCAHC event. The event, which was organized by the GCAHC, was held under the theme "As we celebrate under the spirit of one Caribbean, we celebrate our heritage, honor our history, and build our future together." The Caribbean Telegraph caught up with the coalition's president, Monica Trotz, a Guyanese national. This was what she told us in an interview. So the Caribbean Telegraph is here in Clarkston City, right here in Georgia, just on the outskirts of Atlanta, which is the main city, of course, the capital of Georgia. And we are standing on the outside of the Georgia Piedmont Technical College. We are here today with Mrs. Monica Trotz, and she is the president of the Georgia Caribbean American Heritage Coalition. They're having an event here this afternoon, and we just want to get a synopsis from Mrs. Trotz as to what this is all about. First of all, I can tell you that there is a combination of about 36 islands here today, and she is from Guyana. She is the president. We would like to hear a little more from you today, Mrs. Trotz. Can you tell us, first of all, what is the Georgia Caribbean American Heritage Coalition?
Well, Georgia Caribbean American Heritage Coalition was founded in 2005. We were founded because senators and some statespeople who wanted to recognize the Caribbean American people. Mm-hmm. And so what they did, they decided that they will just get to Congress and put a motion in place so we can get Caribbean American Heritage as a month of celebration. Mm-hmm. And so it happened in DC, and they were able to get that through to fruition, and George W. Bush in 2006 signed the proclamation for us to celebrate the month of June as Caribbean American Heritage Month. And so that's how we came into being. So we were formed in 2005, and the bill was passed in 2006. That's a great achievement. So we started by doing this opening ceremony because we wanted to open the month of June with a celebration of all the Caribbean community. And we have been doing this for 21 years.
Wow.
Last year we celebrated 20 years of Caribbean Heritage Month with Georgia Caribbean American Heritage Coalition. And that's when we formed. And so this year, nationally, we are celebrating the 20 years nationally since it was signed into law, and of course given the proclamation by President George W. Bush. And it's to bring people together so that we can look at the lives of how we came here and what we do and what we achieve, to bring the Caribbean people together with their arts and their culture and the foods and everything. So this event today, that's what we did. We bring everybody together under one umbrella on the GCAHC, and so we created a Caribbean affair where we can include everyone. And so the name is Caribbean American because we have Caribbean persons who have their parents, their foreparents, and and their children and their grandchildren and all of that. They were born here, but they come from Caribbean parents. Right. And that was and we know when we trace back, a lot of Americans came back came from Caribbean heritage. And so coming together like this, we could bring all the skills and the talents together, and we could create one Caribbean.
Yes.
And that's the movement we want. One Caribbean. Bringing us together, sharing our ideas. We have well-established people all over the various states. And not only in Georgia that we're celebrating this event. This event is being celebrated all over the various states. So Georgia is one of them.
Okay. So about how many associations are under this umbrella?
Well, we have like over, just like how we have the countries.
Yes.
We had 35 countries. So we have associations from all these little
countries.
So all these countries.
Yes.
I'm from Guyana. Guyana is has one of the largest constituents in their organization, and so we host like Memorial Day. We bring everybody together.
Okay.
Right. Jamaica. They have their events. They bring everybody together.
Right.
And so and Trinidad and Barbados and everybody, they bring people together. So they form their organization, and so they support us. This is the president of another Caribbean association, right? And so we bring everybody together, and so they form the organizations, and so they're coming under our umbrella as GCAHC.
Yes.
Right. And so it's a lot of collaboration and partnership, so that we can share our experience with our children and everyone who don't know who we are. And so that's why those organizations were formed. We have a whole lot, and I think we have presently now we have I would say about 25 formed and still running, but we have persons who represent their embassy.
Yes.
And so they come here.
Right.
So they may not have an organization as an association, but they may have the connections with their embassy, and so they they become part of us, so that they can represent their country.
Right. About how many, I've noticed on entering the building earlier this afternoon, that this event was well attended, or has been well attended. Is there an estimate of the number of persons who have attended this event today?
I would say over 400.
Wow. And has it always been this well supported over the many years?
Yes. Before COVID,
Yes.
we used to have over 500 people.
Yes.
It first started at the City Hall in Atlanta.
Yes.
And people remember that.
Yes.
So after people learn about us, we just take off.
Yes.
And so our numbers were very high then. And then after COVID, that is what happened when we kind of simmered down. We had to do, the Zoom kind of opening ceremony, and it was also well attended. So normally we would have about 250 after COVID. This year, however, we have more, over 400 this year.
Yes. You mentioned about the One Caribbean. Just explain to us exactly what are you trying to achieve with this One Caribbean. Is it a formation of all the different countries coming under that umbrella of the One Caribbean? For One Caribbean.
Yes, because what we do, because every Caribbean country has their own different culture.
Yes.
And their own food and their own music and everything. So what we do, we recognize everybody, especially in the month of June.
Yes.
And so we focus on the month of June to bring everybody together on the GCAHC.
Right.
And so that's why we talk about the One Caribbean. Because when we do this, Everything is coming on the all together on the one GCHC, which represents all of us, all of the countries.
Right. Is there, by any chance, after today, let's say this major event that is taking place here today, when everybody would have now gone back to their different homes and their associations, is there any other kind of services, whether be it social services or of any other type, that the Georgia coalition actually looks out for the people from the Caribbean community to sort of assist in any way whatsoever?
Well, we do, but most of the time we focus on the immigration and how we came here and how we can improve the system and all of that. So we get involved with state representatives to make sure that our people are part of the voting and everything. So we look at all of those things. We also have like health fair, because a lot of people are left out of the health system. And so we try to do health fairs with various topics so that we can share those health issues and information to those people. And so on, we have a spelling bee, we have a quiz bowl. And so those are the things that we do. And each organization would have their meetings discussing everything. How are we going to be inclusive to the regular people out there? And so we're trying to kind of bring people together by having these various meetings. And if you look at the social media, you see a number of events that are being held by various countries to teach people about their heritage,
Right.
where you come from, and then how can you impact the community.
Right.
And so we do all those kinds of
Events.
discussions
Okay.
about how we can impact the community, how we can share the information and help people to understand, even the younger people to understand the past, where they came from, what we did. And so those are things that we do to kind of inform people. And of course, as far as the lives of us, how we live our lives and how we can improve the lives of people, because that is important. So we look at all of that to make sure that we are helping everyone and giving them the information needed to make their lives better.
Great. In terms of your particular association, the Georgia Caribbean American Heritage
Coalition.
Right. How strong is your membership at this time, and how long have you been president?
Thank you for asking. We have an open membership. All the associations are a member of GCAHC. All. We have never set dues for them to pay.
Yes.
But now that the economic situation is getting harder, so we may have to do that soon. But the membership is free for GCAHC.
Okay.
And so that's how big we are.
Okay.
Because the membership is free, and as you see, the participation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so all countries and their members are members of GCAHC, free of cost. And so that's how we operate. And I know that we need to kind of have like a more established body.
Yes.
In terms of meeting the needs of various skills, like, because I find even in the arts stream, we need to kind of strengthen those. We have areas that we could strengthen. And as president, this is my second year, and each president will have 2 years.
Right.
So this is my second year.
So This is your second year.
Yeah, this is my secretary.
Okay, great. Is there anything else you would? By the way, the CEO, DCAB CEO, Mrs. Lorraine Cochran Johnson, she actually sent a charge out to members of the Caribbean community, the business community more so, that she is not seeing the Caribbean community members tapping into the resources of the DeKalb County. What would you like to add to that in terms of a charge to your members?
Yeah, you know what I'd like to add?
Yeah.
I think this calls for communication, sending out information to people.
Yes.
We need to come together and work out a strategy and how we can incorporate all of those persons with the business and those who want to become business. I think information is lacking, and I have what I've done this year. I had a personal communication with the CEO. That's how she came here, because I wanted to to have a partnership with the city, all the cities.
Yes.
So that we can tap into what they have to offer for the Caribbean people. And I feel that if we, like she's talked about a board,
Yes.
and so it was telling me that she's open to that.
Yes.
And I mentioned to her today that we can start as early as possible. So we can bring a board together so that we can create that that kind of
Synergy.
yes, but I think we need to with that board, we need to structure it so that we have all the different skills from all around.
Yes.
And so when we make our request, right, our request will be understood, because I think it's important. I understand that there were people who were trying to do much more, but there was a red tape. I understand. That's from what I read from people, and people say to me. So I think there's always like a red tape before you get there, and with this board we can make it much easier, because of course each county will have their own procedures and structure. But once we have all the legal people and all the specialized people form as a board and think it out and have our think tank out there, I think we would be able to understand what is required for us to tap into what the Cap County has, to offer us. Yes. So I feel that it's just a matter of getting information out, networking more, collaborating more with the cities, and getting people involved. Because I myself would like to see much more businesses.
Yes.
In the Cap, much more Caribbean business, but we have quite a lot.
Yes.
I'm not sure if we did a survey as to how much, but in my mind we have many. I have
In the Cab or in Georgia?
I have in the Cap.
In the Cab,
In the Cap and in Georgia.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying that the networking and the board will kind of solve all those problems.
Yes.
And so we can have people. I have another person came to me, and they said they started a home care business. They bought the building, they had the money, they bought the building, and they did everything and can't open. So, and there are a number of people who have that problem.
Yes.
And so I think the CEO is right. Maybe this is the time for us to collaborate and form that board.
Great.
That would strengthen our relationship.
Yes.
And help to alleviate all of those, cracks and crony that is going around. We need to kind of close those gaps.
Yes. Okay. My final question to you. The CEO also mentioned that she would be willing to have sessions or seminars to better educate and inform people of our community, our business community, as to the procedures of going through government procurement processes in order to benefit from some of this economic spin-off here in DeKalb. She said she would be willing to have that session starting next week. How do you respond to that?
I told her, we talked after,
Yes,
and
yes.
I said to her, that is a great idea. I'm going to start early to work with her. See, we're gonna have a meeting. I'm gonna organize a meeting with her,
Yes.
so that we could think about the way we will set that pace. And so I told her that it's really a good idea, because we need that. We need to get that information out. We need to educate people. A lot of people don't know. Even a number of people don't even know that we have Caribbean Heritage Month. Hundreds of people. I was out at various events and sharing the flyers, and people said, I don't know. I've never heard of it. And I had to start telling them what it is. So we need to have a huge program, education program, so to put all this information out. And I really appreciate the CEO saying that.
Great.
She is thinking of not only a small space of people, she is looking at the wide cross section of people living in DeKalb County, and how information can be shared so that people are conscious and aware of what they have to do to move from A to B to Z. So I really applaud her for that.
And you will be taking up that offer, of course.
Yes, I told her
Great.
instantly. I said, I'm going to take it up. I'm going to call you. We're going to have that
Conversation.
that meeting, and of course, then we'll form the board. And I'm sure this is the right time. Nothing happens before its time, so I think this is the right time.
Great.
And the perfect person, Madam CEO.
Yes.
Cochrane. I really appreciate how she came in and she said to me, Monica, I want to support. I want to be a part of the Caribbean community. I want to make sure that all of us are the same, no discrimination. We just treat each other as we treat ourselves. And I think that's huge.
Great. Thank you very much, Madam President.
And thank you very much for interviewing me.
You're more
And
than
anytime.
You're more than welcome. It's been my pleasure.
Thank you.
All the best. Thank you.
God bless you.
Yes.
Okay, so. Hello, how are you? Thanks for
Beautiful
coming.
in that dress.
Thank you, thanks for coming out. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
This is the Caribbean Telegraph, reflecting the news from home and the diaspora. We bring you credible and responsible journalism. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.